Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Meeples YouTube channel. I'm Kapil and today we'll be playing a game of Spirit Island and I want to play Serpent into England. Let's do it. So we'll just be playing on one island board, so it's going to be a solo Serpent game. And let's see, let's actually play it on board number C. Go. Let's get Serpent. We'll do England 6. And we are playing with Branch and Claw and events turned on. And let's jump right into it. So I'm going to be talking about the Spirit a little and also the matchup it has against England. So this is one of those spirits that plays really differently and solo as compared to multiplayer, because if we look at the cards, so 3 out of 4 cards for Serpent target another spirit, and one of them, like Elemental Aegis, is like a land targeting card. So this is really like a high utility spirit. So let's take a look at the spirit panel, and if we flip over, so summary of powers, we can see it's kind of like moderate or low on offense, control, fear, then little higher defense that comes from Elemental Aegis, and then really high on utility. So yeah, it's going to be really strong and beneficial to other teammates in like multiplayer games, but in solo you can target yourself with all of those cards, so it's going to be an interesting game. So setup, put 1 presence on your starting board in land number 5. So we start right in the middle of this island and we are playing on board number C. And let's actually go and look at the playstyle for Serpent. So there are several ways to play the Serpent, but all of them require patience. Early game involves slowly building up powers and presence. It's not helpless during this time, but it isn't as effective as anyone else. It becomes incredibly powerful after awakening, but getting there requires a lot of time. Make sure to absorb essence before you run up against your presence cap, and to get the other players buy-in before using absorb essence on their presence. So a lot of this is again tied towards multiplayer games where you're like absorbing other players' essence and not necessarily your own. So yeah, a lot of it probably won't apply, like running into this presence cap. I don't think it applies as much in solo games, but we'll still try to keep an eye on it. And yeah, this is the front of the spirit panel. So it's a pick 2 spirit, so we have 4 growth options available, and we have to pick 2 of those every turn. I think what I want to do is I want to try and grow, so G4 every turn, and then reclaim every once in a while, and then mainly focus on G2. And then G3, I don't think we really need to even do G3, like gain those 4 energy, because we'll be using absorb essence on ourselves, and that should give us 3 energy. And innate powers, so I think we should be triggering these tiers relatively early on, and then at some point I do want to start triggering the 2nd level of Serpent Weeks in power. This is the deep slumber track, so when we absorb essence, that presence goes on this track, and this also scales up our defense from Elemental Aegis. So Elemental Aegis is kind of like a AoE defend, and the more presence we have on this track, the more that defense increases. So that can be a really strong effect into several adversaries, especially England. And let's look at the tracks. So you have this cool like crossing effect on the tracks, and usually like when they say the Serpent is awakening, it means that you have crossed this middle point and you have reached like either 6 energy or 4 card plays, and at that point you'll really start affecting the state of the board. So the whole point of this strategy is to reach that state as fast as possible, and then basically once you're at 6 energy and 4 card plays, you should be able to play majors relatively easily, and yeah, just gain a lot of fear, clear out lands, destroy buildings. So early game it's going to be a little hard, I think, but yeah, let's see how it goes. And we are playing against England. So England can be a really strong adversary against like a lot of other spirits, but I think solo Serpent should have a pretty good standing against England, because England is going to be slow early game, so it's going to give you time to grow, but late game England is just going to be really hard to deal with. But late game is also what we want to get to, because that's when Serpent is strongest. So I think we should have a good chance against England. The biggest things to watch out against England is this additional loss condition, proud and mighty capital. So if 7 or more towns or cities are ever in a single land, the invaders win. So we really want to make sure that if a land is getting built up, we are either destroying towns, cities, or pushing those from that land. Because this also ties in with your high immigration for England, in which the cards will double build. So that can be tricky to keep track of. And also England 6 can kind of sneak up on you, because it's independent resolve, and it says during setup add an additional fear card to the fear pool per player in the game. And then during any invader phase, when you resolve no fear cards, perform the build from high immigration twice. So we really have to make sure that we are generating enough fear, otherwise we'll literally be building in the same land twice, and that can really push us towards this additional loss condition. But yeah, that's England high level, and let's jump into the game. So the starting explorer is sand, which is good. So this land right here is a problem, because even if we absorb essence and defend it, I think we can defend it for what, like 3 or 4, and it's doing what, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So we might have to take a blight, and then land number 6 should be fine. Hopefully if we are able to pull in one of these Dahan, we can counter attack and completely clear out that land. Okay, so turn 1, what do we want to do? Let's just gain a power card, increase our options, like increase, like hopefully if we get a card that can impact the board, maybe something that can even help us defend this land. So let's gain a miner. Okay, nature's resilience is really strong, defend 6. I'm not going to pick growth through sacrifice, even though it's like the strongest card right now, because it's been sunset. With nature incarnate, it's like no longer regarded as like a official card, just because it's like so broken in many games. So we are not going to pick that. Flesh Rot Fever is good. Anything that prevents builds against England can be a strong card, but I'm not a big fan of the elements. I guess the elements do match, like we do have the fire and water, but I'm just looking for some plant right now. This, and plus this actually gives us a way to remove blight, so defend and blight removal. So yeah, I'm leaning towards nature's resilience in this case. Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth is also an on element card for us, but the effect isn't that useful. You're basically doing like 2 damage max in a land, and that's useless against England, because if we look at England 5 really just completely turns the game on its head, because it basically says that towns and cities have +1 health. So for a lot of spirits, that like the game is designed in such a way that you kind of just, you know, like your whole strategy is dependent on towns having health 2 and cities having 3 health, and then you can plan your damage cards against that. But with this added health, it's really hard to clear up these lands early on against England. So that's why that 2 damage isn't useful, because the 2 damage won't even destroy a town. So that's why we go with nature's resilience. And we are going to place a presence. So let's see where we want to do that. Ideally, we want to do it. I could put it in land number 6 and just push it. And we can try and hit our right innate. Serpent rouses in anger. And if we actually do the second tier, which I think we can. So for each 2 moon and 2 earth, 2 mountain that you have. I don't know what to call. I usually just call this a mountain element, but I think some people might call it air. I'm not sure. But for each 2 moon and 2 mountain you have, so 2 fear, and you may push a town from your target land. Okay, so that seems good. So let's do that here. Just because they are building in the sands. Oh, you know what? If I actually do it in land number 2, I could stop the blight in that land, because I can just do, my defense should be enough in that case, and I'm going to absorb this presence anyways. So let's do it in land number 2 and stop a blight. And we are going to do absorb essence. I guess I need to absorb that essence before, right? So I'll just absorb it from Fry. I'll push the town from 2, and then next turn I will reclaim, and then I'll move my presence from 2 to 5 so that I can defend in both 2 and 6. That's the plan. Let's go with that. So we target ourselves. So we gain the 3 energy. We'll absorb presence from 5. So click on an element to gain it. So yeah, we want to gain a mountain. So invaders build in the sands, okay. And explore in the wetlands. Okay. And then since we triggered this, which is Serpent rouses in anger, we are going to use it in land number 2. Doesn't matter, like the 1 damages to towns or cities, so it really doesn't matter. I cannot kill the explorer either. I'm just going to do damage to this town, generate some fear. And then where do we want to push it? I think just push it in land number 1 with the city. Maybe 3 is fine too. 1 is kind of built up, so yeah, let's just push it in 1. And so nature's resilience is an answer, and we can start using it more in a few turns. Just even for the blight removal, it's pretty strong. And this turn, let's reclaim, let's add a presence. I'm trying to think if there's another way. So absorb essence, so we could just absorb essence again, I think. Sure, let's do that. So we'll just drag this presence into land number 5, and that's from this move presence, and you have to do it, like this is not optional. I wonder if you could just, yeah, you could actually technically, if you don't want to move, you can just move it into the same land. That's considered moving it, but in this case we actually do want to move it to land number 5 because we are going to defend all adjacent lands with elemental aegis. And then, like I said at the beginning, we want to try and do our G4 every single turn. Just get us to that awakening state as fast as we can. So I'm going to go with 2 card plays. And I'm going to build in land number 8 too. So I think just going in, actually let's go in 8. I think that's fine. You can always move it if needed. Let's do elemental aegis for the defense, and then let's absorb essence again. But what are we absorbing then? Are we just absorbing this? We could also do one of these, Gift of Flowing Power or Gift of Primordial Deeps. This is allowing us to play another power card by paying its cost, and this is allowing us to get a minor, and then we can play it immediately by paying its cost, or we can get like 2 elements. I think I'm okay in this case just to do Absorb Essence again. This again helps us trigger the 2nd level of our innate. Yeah, let's just do that. So elemental, actually we want to do absorb essence first before we do the defense, because after doing absorb essence we are going to have another of our presence on this track, so that will increase our defense by 2 instead of 1. So absorb essence serpent. Let's take the presence out of land number 8. And what element do we want to gain here? I think so. We have, what do we have? We have 2 moon, 2 fire, 2 mountain, 2 water. So we have kind of triggered this. So let's just gain a plant. Okay. And let's do elemental aegis in land number 5. So all the adjacent lands should be defended 4. Yes. Okay, so on a coastal land on each board, move 1 town, 1 or 2 lands inland. Okay, so where do we want to move this town? I think 4, just because it hasn't come up. 6 is also an argument because, but then 6 will build again. 4 is kind of empty. Let's just move it to 4. The thing is, I'm trying to see if there's a way to create like a pocket or like an isolated land that doesn't get affected by England 1. But I think it's going to be really hard to create those, to break those adjacencies. Like, just like we are not going to be destroying as much stuff early on, so I don't think it's that easily possible to control the board state right now. Just throw it in the land with the beast. Okay. So the ravage in the sand. So again, there was a way I could have pulled in a Dahan that would have like wiped out the land. I wish I could have. Probably gaining a card would have been helpful, but in this case this 2 damage isn't doing anything. I cannot destroy the town. Can destroy this guy, but then the towns have 3 health instead of 2. Okay, and jungle explore. So okay, so I can push this town out, but in this case I actually want to leave that town there because these 2 Dahan are going to destroy it in the ravage. 6 and 2 are going to build. So let's gain energy from our left innate, the Serpent weaks in power, and then we'll just use this for getting fear. And we do not want to push it. Do we want to push it? No, it's gonna get wiped out. So finish pushing. 8 is a problem. 8 we want to defend too, so maybe a presence in 6 or 7 would be useful here. Another option is we can use nature's resilience to defend land number 5. We can let land number 8 blight, and we could actually grab a major. Is that a play here? And we could play both Gift of Flowing Power and Gift of Primordial Deeps. So like all 3 cards. I want to start going top track, like grab that fire and any, because this any I can use for plant elements. That reclaim 1 will be useful too. I do want to place a presence, and in theory I want to put it in land number 7. And for nature's resilience we'll need a sacred site. So I could just well, if you're gonna need a sacred site, then that presence needs to go in land number 5, because we don't have the move a presence option then. I'm wondering if we should be greedy here and just reclaim and place presence, and then we can play elemental aegis. Then both these lands would be defended, but then we would have to, next turn we'll put out this presence, and the turn after that we'll have to reclaim. I think let's just give up this land. Let's let it blight. And hopefully wetlands doesn't come up again. Let's try that option. So let's see. So in that case, the presence will have to go in land number 5 to create a sacred site. Oh, never mind me. This plan won't work because... Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have seen the placement restriction. So add a presence to a land without blight. So I cannot add a presence to land number 5. Okay, I think I should have planned a little better for that, but let's work around it now. So that means that I cannot use nature's resilience for getting defense 6 in this land. So that kind of means that I have to reclaim in this case. Just to be able to defend that land. I could technically still reclaim and still use nature's resilience. Like if I move this power here and place the other presence here, let's do that. Let's move this presence to land number 7. And it would be nice to have a presence in land number 1 so that we can push the town out that's built. So that way we can again defend both of these lands. Let's see, we do want to grow. Like I don't want to stop growing. So if we do nature's resilience now, if we do nature's resilience now and next turn we do elemental aegis, or I can do vice versa. I can do nature's resilience next turn. Lot of options. I think I'm okay to take blight. I just don't want to take like too much blight or go blighted if I don't have to. Okay, I'm just going to push the town out from land number 1 and just stick with the play elemental aegis for defense. We actually don't have to absorb essence. What if we do gift of flowing power, and that will allow us to play another card, and that could help us trigger... Would it help us trigger this? It could if I play nature's resilience, would it? Let's see. Let's find out. So I'm not absorbing essence this turn. So let me defending both the wetlands. So defend 4. Targeting myself. Let's play a power card. This gives us water and fire. What do we want to play? Again, this I have thresholded it, but I cannot play it because I don't have a secret site anyway. So I'm gonna go with Gift of Primordial Deeps, and we are going to use that on ourselves. I wonder if we should just be greedy though and get Absorb Essence. If we absorb essence here and next turn we go for like a big turn with the plant. It is giving us a miner and letting us play the miner. Let's do that. Let's hope for a plant. Let's see. Play it immediately. So what would we really need? We would need like double plant. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna wait to do that. Just one more turn. So Elemental Aegis, we will play Gift of Flowing Power, and then instead of playing Primordial Deeps, we'll play Absorb Essence. So let me do this first. Play a power card, Absorb Essence Serpent, absorb from land number... Oh, I need to do that first, don't I? I need to do my defense first. Then I'll absorb from land number 4. And then we can just go ahead and get a plant here. Okay, so we don't have a secret site. If we do the bottom part, guard yourself, it says 3 energy per land where you do damage aided by fire. In each land with secret sites and invaders, either do 2 damage or destroy 1 presence from each spirit. It's not really doing anything. What if I do it? I don't have any secret sites. So can we just skip it? Yeah, I think so. Friend 1 in all lands, okay. So they are going to build in the sands due to their double build action here. Ravage in the wetlands, nice. Build in the mountains. So this is the stage 2 escalation for England, which says on each board with towns or cities, build in the land with the most towns or cities. Let's build in this sand because sands is going away and the next 3 cards will be wetlands, jungle and jungle. So we won't have to worry about it just yet. This double build in the jungles is scary though. We'll definitely have to bring this card out. Okay, and I think the plan... So this will give us energy, so let's gain that energy. And then Serpent rouses an anger in land number 1. 2 damage to buildings, doesn't matter. It's not doing anything. And then we can just push it. We could actually just push it into land number 6 here. Okay. So now the defense should be enough in that land. In land number 4, we could do the defense 6 instead. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. I think we have a plan. We have a solid plan. We are sitting on a lot of energy, so this is a good time to start looking at those majors in the game, but let's see how far we can push it. Where do we want to move this? Let's move it to land number 5. What was that? What happened? Or I could just leave it there. No, actually I want to move it because this requires add a presence to a land without blight. So, okay. So let's see. Okay, where we want to put that. So this is going to give us an any element. You can put it in land number 1 because it's going to be defended. And then this will build a town, this will build a town too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I want to push from land number 1 though. Yeah, we can just let this blight, I think. Let's see. So let's go with Elemental Aegis for our AoE defense. Let's go with Nature's Resilience for providing some extra buffer for this land. Actually, let's do it like this. Gift of Flowing Power. And then Gift of Flowing Power should allow us to play another card. We need a Sacred Site. Okay, never mind. Keep forgetting that. Let's see if we can make a Secret Site. We can make 1 and 2. Let's do that. Yeah, that restriction is... keep forgetting that Secret Site. It's matter in this case. Okay. Second try. Let's add a presence from top to the sands. Let's reclaim, move a presence from 1 to 2. Let's play Elemental Aegis, Gift of Flowing Power. Finish playing Gift of Flowing Power, Serpent. Play a power card, Nature's Resilience. Nature's Resilience this land for defense 6. Elemental Aegis, land number 2. And yeah, let's go with that. So add a town to each land with explorers or towns. Okay. let's just add it in land number 7. Oh, we get to add a disease. So on each boat, add a disease to sands or mountains with the most towns or explorers. Sands or mountains. So let's add it to land number 2. Build in the wetlands. Oh, they double build. Oh. Okay. So 2 damage from the Dahan. So here and here. Build in the jungles. So sand is coming up. We could build in the sands, or we could just build in land number 8. 1, 2, 3. Let's just build in 8. 8 is, we have no answer to 8. It's 2 cities. It's gonna get scary. So 2 damage to towns really doesn't do anything. So they're going to ravage in the sands again. So in this case, I actually think I should have taken a blight there. Because what do I do now? I have gift of primordial deeps. Just reclaim again? Doesn't seem that good. Move it to land number 5. I can do the elemental defense. 4 I can just let it go. Could do another absorb essence. Get me the reclaim one going. Still want to place presence. Actually I can reclaim, get the presence placement now. Oh, did I get the element for this? Maybe not. Maybe I did not get the element for that. Where do we want to go? Sands are looking scary, and both of these, I don't think I can defend both of these lands. Just go in the mountains for now. So what if we do this, and absorb essence? Wanted to kind of double grow here, but nature's resilience is so elemental aegis is giving us defend 5. That should be enough in land number 1, but is it enough here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 to 5. It's above by 4 damage, so we are taking a blight here. And then, oh, they're going to build before ravaging. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even this land is technically not enough. Need to rely on a fear cards, and we have no fear cards. So this elemental aegis isn't doing that much for us. So in that case, actually that kind of makes it a little easier. Instead of playing elemental aegis, let's play nature's resilience. And oh, sorry, I wanted to place this presence in land number 2 instead. So let's do G4 and let's take this presence to land number 2. Now let's do nature's resilience, elemental aegis. No, gift of flowing power. Nature's resilience in land number. So this is what they're going to build though. So yeah, it has to be land number 1. To flowing ourselves, play a power card. Actually, we should be able to gain any element here, right? So what do we want to gain? We gain a plant. Does that help? We absorb essence. should allow us to. It should allow us to. So we already used nature's resilience, so I can remove this presence. And we should be able to gain a mountain that lets us proliferate. Okay. Next normal build becomes a ravage. That seems scary because this land is going to double build then. Build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to save a blight, but is it worth it? The top is doing 2 damage to the Han in a land with towns or cities in the Han. Add a blight to a land with at least 2 towns or cities. Actually, let's just do top. Then we'll just do it in land number 6. Doing 2 damage to the Han in a land with towns or cities and the Han. Add a blight. Could do it in land number 8 just because there's no wetland so far. And we can stop a build, so that's actually pretty good in land number 1. Oh no, I need the Han there. So let's do it in land number 5. Sure. Oh no, they're going to double build anyways. I keep forgetting the sphere condition. Destroy. No, that is so broken. Well, that's it. This tipping point is just crazy again. It's funny it showed up, but hey, we tried. That's the game. England win this one. Yeah, that tipping point. Well, yeah, I probably should have done a few things differently, but tipping point really got us. Okay, we'll try another time. We will need to have a rematch against England.